Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Always remember, mind your mind. Your mind is the key that will take you anywhere you want. It's the generator of your reality. It's all in the mind, and then it projects outward to the physical. So today I want to talk to you about and give you some enlightening information on 5 signs you're finally awake. Spiritual awakening, the chosen ones. So 5 signs. So that's what we want to get into. So what is a spiritual awakening? Basic terms, let me make it simple. A spiritual awakening is the point where your authentic self, or what's called the higher self, communicates to your physical body or physical mental aspect or your conscious mind, and then you start to get information about what this is really all about. That's basically what a spiritual awakening. And don't get me wrong, it can be pretty scary and pretty tough, right? Because when you're spiritually awakened, you've been classed from the rest of the world. So not everyone is going to be able to see what you're seeing and also be able to comprehend the information that you're comprehending. So it's a very powerful thing. So let me give you 5 signs that will help you to become aware of this. Because when you are spiritually awakened, or when you become awake, you have enormous powers now to deliberately affect your world. You can create whatever you want. You can manifest whatever you desire. You start to see the truth. Things start to get exposed. Sometimes it can be very powerful, but it's the best gift to have. It's part of your purpose being revealed. So let's break them down. So 5 signs that you are spiritually awake. So sign number 1 is you have more vivid dreams. When you start to experience vivid dreams, it's your subconscious communicating to you or through your authentic self. The reason why your dreams are so vivid now is because a lot of information is being processed into your dreams. And with these information now, you're able to decode accurately what's the next step, what do I need to do, what do I need to change. So the dreams become vivid. Also, the vividness translates into your physical reality because now you become more observant and you're able to detect more things. So that's a good sign that you're spiritually awakened. All right. Sign number 2, and this is quite familiar. Everyone gets this when you're on a spiritual awakening or when you've awoken. It's the synchronicities or the angel numbers. So when you start to encounter a lot of numbers, they're just 1111, 555. Again, you've been nudged from the higher self to tell you that, hey man, or hey, you've been awokened to a new reality, to a reality of signs and guidance. Now the universe is directly communicating to you. So the one thing you can learn from the aspects of synchronicities is this. Now you're understanding that, wait a minute, so the regular world I live in, it's all made up? Yep, indeed. When you start experiencing synchronicities, you're experiencing the true nature of reality. Everything works with signs and direction. The universe is always giving you a sign to help you create whatever you want. The only difference is some of us are plugged in to be able to pick up the signs. That's why we can get ahead in life. That's why we can gain success. That's why so many of us can be successful, can have a marvelous life, because you're able to read the signs. You're reading between the lines. Majority of people can't do that because they haven't been awoken yet. So they're still tied into a construct of what we call a physical reality, where they have rules and regulations and how things are supposed to work, and it's all controlled by our ego mind. So when you're able to receive these synchronicities, that's a great sign that you're spiritually awakened. All right. So the next sign would be heightened intuition. This is a part of the package now, because now the capacity of your mind is quite infinite, especially your subconscious mind. So the ability to hold what we call higher consciousness or higher conscious information will start to proceed to you, and that takes form in intuition. So now your intuition becomes heightened because now you're seeing through the veil. So when your intuition is heightened, that means you're able to predict more things, to gain accuracy, to avoid pitfalls, to become more of your true self, to really see truly what the world is, and to now start to find your purpose and to create your desired life. So that's sign number 3, that you are spiritually awakened. All right. Sign number 4 that you're spiritually awakened is you feel disconnected and oblivious to your reality. So basically you're disconnected and you're nonchalant. It's like you don't care. It's like you're muted or you're numbed. So what causes this disconnection and this numbness or this feeling? Well, it's the fact that because you become so spiritually awakened now, you question your entire existence. The things that you used to do now, you figured out that they were fake and phony. You figured out like about organized religion. You figured about how the world is set up and how it's all a manipulation to keep you from accessing and finding out who you truly are. So once someone finds these things out, it becomes it's a shock. You know, it can be a mental shock because all your life you've grown up and you thought this is the way it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to go to work 40 hours, work for 40 years, retire, die in 5 years, whatever it is. I'm supposed to go to get married, have kids, become unhappy. And when you find out it doesn't work like that, you know, I'm supposed to work for this person. I'm supposed to I'm just supposed to be a robot. When you figure out about the religion, I'm supposed to be, you know, to go to heaven or hell, or there's this God in the sky that's going to look down on me, and the power's not in me, the power's in someone else. I got to depend on other people. My mind can't create anything. I'm just have to put my mind and work hard to get what I want. There's nothing else behind this. I get old and I die. Once you realize that all of that was fabricated to keep you from realizing who you truly are, that becomes mind-boggling. A lot of people just get disconnected and they just get numb because they're in a state of shock. They can't believe that. My goodness, all these things that I thought was real or that I thought was true is not true. So you start to question your whole beliefs, family, everything now, because you're starting to see the truth. I think that's the most difficult part of being spiritually awakened. And then that leads me to the fifth one, which is the difficult part as well, is that with this now, you start to feel lonely. When you're spiritually awakened or that chosen one on that path, you're going to feel lonely. The reason you're going to feel lonely is because the majority of your peer or people around you, they cannot comprehend or they cannot communicate with you in the same way that you'd like to be communicated to. It's like you're speaking a foreign language. So everyone you meet, there's nothing in common. Or when you do talk to them, they're like this. Huh? Okay. See? So you're like, man, I feel lonely. That's a great thing. Remember that for you to experience this, you know, it's a great time because the masses, you're not a part of the masses anymore, which is the majority of all individuals, majority of people on the earth. They haven't gotten to that point yet. Now, many of them will get to the point where you're at, but you're still going to feel lonely because you can't communicate. And the major reason you feel lonely is because of the information or the knowledge that you've been gaining from a different source now. Because you have so much awareness and so much new information, so much knowledge, that when you share it with someone, it's like you're speaking a foreign language. Let me see. The best comparison I would give this, I would put it to this. Here's how it works. Let's use an animal. Let's say a duck. So when you've become spiritually awakened to those, when you have those 5 signs, and then you get to this new level where you see through the entire veil. And when you talk to a regular person, it's like you're talking to a duck. So when you go to a duck and you say, hey, you know, reality is comprised of quantum particles, and we exist in what we call the Newtonian laws of physics, and then we have the macro world, we have the micro world, and then all our worlds, our lives are basically holographic projections to our minds, and then we can create our reality basically through what we see in our mind, and it manifests as a physical object. Nothing is physically real. All this is vibrating. Say that to a duck or animal, and the animal's just like, that's what it feels like when you're talking to another person. Now, I'm not dumbing down and saying people are like this, but I'm just trying to give you a different point of perspective to see what's happening when you're communicating with other individuals. And this is why you feel lonely, because now you understand the true concept of the nature of reality and who you are, why you're here. So you're going to expect to feel a little bit lonely at first. It's going to get better though, because as you continue, you're going to start to meet more like-minded people, and then you're going to start to gravitate more. And then the most profound thing about all this, guys, is once you have this information and you can start to practice it, your life becomes so much more expansive. You become so much more at peace, become so much more happy, because now you know that you can rely within yourself, and yourself can rely within the universe, which is a part of you, and then it creates and it attracts and you bring into whatever you want into your life. So overall, your whole life gets better, health, financially, anything now. So you won't need to feel lonely or look for somebody else to rely upon, because now you've gotten to that point that you are what we call a chosen one. So there's going to be many individuals are going to be chosen one, but they just haven't gotten to their time yet. So just be patient, and when you're experiencing these signs, take your time, go through them, accept them, because it's a part of your purpose, something you chose before you got here. So there you have it, guys. 5 signs that you are finally awoke or awake. Thank you.